But before we go rocking in the beer garden, we head onto the track again for the Leisure Grass SuperHatch. As always in this category, a massive field of over 25 cars coming to do battle at round number 6. And all these guys and girls have still got lots of time in this championship, so it's not done and dusted just yet. Although at the front end, Hilton van Nieuwenhuizen, Vanna Petersen and Brett Garland will fight for honours in Class A. Class B will all be about Nick Martin, and look out for Morne Himman making a welcome return to the Class B category. As we go on board with Brett Garland with Class A start, Robin Kruger is the car in front of him, and now we look back from Rob into Brett Garland and Colonel Mustard's eyes.
Wow, how's about that for a start as they go into the next round corner and late on the brakes. A couple of guys going defensive, but not for number 1. Brett Garland trying late braking and runs him off wide. A good move, good thinking.
Good thinking, and unfortunately not so good for Chris Davison as he got pushed onto the grass. He lost out big time. Robin Kruger tucks in behind and looks like about 4th place there. Then we go a little bit further back. You can see the Class Bs on the back end. The Koenigs are there, as is Chad Tendershate. Look out for him coming through the field. And also, hard braking at the back there. I also saw Ishmael Beloy starting to make a bit of a maneuver and try and make his way into the hunt for the top 3.
All that immaculately turned out Citroen C2 up on the front. We're on board with him, Hilton van Nieuwenhuizen, and he capitalized on all the carnage in turn 2. So up to the front he goes, and he'll be a hard man to beat from here.
If he gets to the front, he'll probably try to get away as quickly as possible, especially if Vanna Petersen is fighting so hard with the toy. They go side by side. Petersen wins out as they come through the Leisure Grass and G&H corner. And as they come out of that, Robin Kruger is under massive pressure from Garland. So Garland now starting to put the pressure onto the back end of the young lady. As we go a bit further back there, Jakob Kriel fighting with Beloy. That's for Class B's 3rd place right now, because just up the road, you'll see Nick Martin in the lead.
Look out for the 999, Andre De Lange, Class C driver, already made his way up into the Class Bs. And he's certainly on the gas around the Zwartkops circuit.
Yeah, as I always say, between him and Morne Himman in this class, there's not many drivers who can get a front-wheel drive to go as fast as the two of them, considering that they've got slightly slower vehicles and less powerful vehicles as well. As they come out, Kruger, that was close. Garland on her inside and eventually sneaks by. Rob's not going to let him have it all his own way, though, as they get onto the brakes for Sassel. Around the outside, Robin going to try and hang on. No, just gives it up this time and allows Garland through.
Well, she was having such a good drive, just nowhere to turn in there. Brett Garland stuck himself on that inside line and nowhere to go. So Nick Martin on the 99, leading out in Class B, managed to get past. In fact, Morne Himman started a little bit down the pack in Class B and is making his way up, but I doubt he's going to catch that man up on the front.
Mel Spur having a great run, sitting in 2nd place and fighting for the Class C honours. Has to try and catch De Lange, who's a little bit up the road, but basically doing a super job to hang on to the back end of Class B. It's a really, really tough class to fight out with, and especially Tendershate and Ishmael Beloy. I can speak from personal experience with those two. They do not make it easy for you, and I can also speak about personal experience with Mel. She won't give up at all.
Good to see in this shot, Andre Danhauser and Alex Marquez, 2 rookies in this class, and driving tremendously well.
Not bad for their 2nd time out and really getting to grips with SuperHatch. It's a great starter category for any driver that wants to learn how to drive saloon cars. And it looks like Danhauser's in the thick of it too with Marquez. So they're also having some fun with some usual contenders. Sam Gaber, also a rookie last year, but now in the thick and used to the kind of pace that comes out. Speaking of pace, upping the pace slightly going into the last 2 corners is Vanna Petersen and putting the pressure onto Hilton. Hilton's not worried, keeps looking in the rearview mirror. One more final time as they head down towards Leisure Grass corner. 3rd gear, inside line, and yes, ASAP are going to take it.
Well, Vanna Petersen stuck that car everywhere where he could possibly to make the pass. Couldn't quite make it happen, but winning out in Class B. Nick Martin, great drive in the Opel. Morne Himman fighting back nicely from a bad start. He's going to finish in 2nd. Taking the win in Class C. Here he comes to take a checkered flag. Andre De Lange in the Ford Fiesta.
A good drive from De Lange. He wins out the Class C battle there ahead of Mel Spur in 2nd. And eventually it was Tony Himes down in 3rd place for the C. So confirmation at the front end. Van Nieuwenhuizen, Petersen, Garland, Kruger, Davison, Renier Klaassen, Willem van Nieuwenhuizen, and Jonathan Dutoy in Class A.
In Class B, it was all about Baby Blue. Nick Martin taking the win ahead of Morne Himman, Jonathan Koenig, Stuart Koenig, Jakob Kriel, Ishmael Beloy, Chad Tendershate, and Alex Marquez.
The rookie right up there. Good job from him. In Class C, Andre De Lange beating Mel Spur, Tony Himes, Robert Stoltz, Andre Danhauser, Sam Gaber, Tyler Scott, and Alta van Wyk. We caught up with Hilton to find out how race 1 went.
Yeah, I started in 4th and luckily I ended up 1st. Vanna gave me a bit of run for my money, but I truly enjoyed it.
Looking forward to race number 2 now. Stewie Koenig gives us the big thumbs up, and all our ladies there as well. Mel Spur, Robin Kruger, and Alta van Wyk.
Plenty smiles from the ladies, but it's time to get serious as we go racing. Chris Davidson on the front of the grid because we've reversed the order from race 1. The top 5 cars will start in the opposite order, and that's going to favour Chris Davidson as he gets a crack of a start.
Oh, speaking of a crack of a start, Garland came across on the 2 cars, and yes, Peters had to take evasive action. He spun out. Robin Kruger, fortunately, just clipping the back end of him, and also had to take a little bit of a left-right catchy car, and eventually caught it brilliantly, but unfortunately has dropped right out, and now has some work to do, as has Petersen, who comes flying up the inside through speed and sound sweep and makes up 1, 2, probably 3 positions after completely 180.
Oh, Robin Kruger looks like she might have a problem there, pulling to the side of the circuit, but she held it very, very well. That's the natural finesse that the ladies have on the steering wheel. So well held, Robin, but it looks like she's got some technical issues.
Unfortunately, it's going to be the end of the race by the looks of things, so she's pulled to the left-hand side now and allowing all the cars to fly past her. Onto the braking markers, Willem van Nieuwenhuizen up the inside of Koenig. There is side-by-side now for Class B, Morna Himman and Nick Martin. Should be a little closer this time, I think, between those two. But have a look at the front end, what's happened. As Garland got through, Hilton van Nieuwenhuizen tucked in behind him. Those two usually teammates when they go for the endurance stuff. Now, Mano and looking to close down on Davison, who's put in about a second between the two of them after that incredible start.
Just to confirm, Robin Kruger makes her way into the pits. She had a great race in race 1, but sadly race 2 is going to end up with a DNF.
One of the greatest races we've seen out of race number 2 has come from this man, Vanna Petersen. Hasn't taken him long to get to the front, and he's right there for second place now, side by side with Hilton and with Brett. They go 3 abreast up towards Sassel Corner, and who's going to have what it takes on the brakes? Garland seems to have the drive here. He's got the inside line, but can he squeeze out Petersen and Van Nieuwenhuizen? Oh, nicely done. Van Nieuwenhuizen gives Petersen a little bit of a tag. Yeah, that's gonna, because you're on his line, and he has to come across to get the line, but you could have given him a bit more room there, Vanna. Two of them getting very close, and Rubbing's racing at that point.
It was a great shot of Mel Spur lying in second place in Class C. There's your leading Class B driver. Nick Martin's been under a little bit of pressure from Morna Himman, is hanging on to him, making a great race of it.
Yeah, it's only about 0.2 of a second between the two of them, which is really nice to see. But check that out. There's Class C's leading car, Andre De Lange, yet again in the ADL Roofing Fiesta, trying to just extend his lead ever so slightly over the couple of cars that he's put between himself and Mel Spur. Further back, battles continue, and a little issue there going off by Robert Stoltz. Not quite the way to go through turn 1. I know, I've been through there as well, don't worry.
Well, we've seen cars get airborne coming out of that kitty litter, but running very slowly out of there. Nicely done, Robert Stoltz. Back on track, put his heart back in his chest, I'm sure, and get racing again.
I don't think it'll phase him too much, but he's now got a bit of work to do from behind. Up onto the braking markers, here comes Vanna. He gets through this time on Hilton van Nieuwenhuizen and returns the favour as they go out of Sassel Corner into Kenwood. Oh, what is that all about? Hilton, that's not the way to do things, buddy. Sure, that was a little bit too physical for my liking and forces Vanna Petersen right off the circuit. I think they might have a little chat about that afterwards. Davison, though, no issues whatsoever. I told you, if he got off the line like that, he was not going to be caught.
Well, you said it. And it looks like Nick Martin's done a great job so far of holding off Morna Himman. It's going to come down to the wire. Morna has driven the socks, or the wheels, should I say, off that little Golf. But it looks like Nick Martin's going to hold it.
Only just as they come onto the braking markers. Look out for Himman, though. Got that brand new Arai helmet on as he comes in and looks to a wide line. He's going to cut on the inside. Watch out for him to try and squeeze him to the line. It's side-by-side action, and across the line, incredibly, only 0.2 of a second between the two of them.
There comes the 999, Andre De Lange, winning out in Class C. Another great drive, mixing it up with the Class Bs. So just to confirm, Class A was won by Chris Davidson, Brett Garland in second, Hilton van Nieuwenhuizen, Vanna Petersen, Renier Klaassen, and Willem van Nieuwenhuizen.
Class B honours going to Nick Martin in Baby Blue ahead of Morna Himman in the X35 Golf, Stuart Koenig, Jaco Creel, Jonathan Koenig, Chad Tendeshate, Alex Marquez beating Ishmael Beloy.
And in Class C, it was won by Andre De Lange. Mel Spur, good second place ahead of Tony Harmons, Andre Danhauser, Tyler Scott, Alta van Wyk, Samuel Gerber, and Robert Stoltz.
Another great day in the saddle for Andre De Lange.
Little Fiesta is running well. I think I'm leading the championship now, so yeah, awesome day for us.
Double victory in Class B for Baby Blue, the Rex Stiffen gearbox. Opel Cadet of Nick Martin.
It was a great race day. Unfortunately, my dad's not here to join us for it, but this is in his spirit, and we brought him a double.
A fantastic effort from Colonel Mustard to win Class A in the second race.
What a race. From the start pole position, I knew it was all down to the launch. Thrashed the car the whole way around. I saw the Brett Hilton and Werner behind me keeping each other busy. I knew then that when I got a small gap, I got a bigger gap, and I just had to keep it there. But I can't believe it. My first ever Class A win, fair and square. Love it.
There's not many a happier man than that boy at the top. Well done, Chris.